Hello, I'm Soumya. The passage is, and now the question. Which of the following is true about the language of Hindustan? Now for the solution, let us first check out the reference that has been given to us in the paragraph. Here, in the passage, we can clearly see, out of such elements was a rich and still growing language of Hindustan formed, and it is yearly become more widely spread over the most remote parts of the country. That is, language has been considered as very much rich and still growing. Now let us go back to the options. Option number 1 says, it is a tense medium of conversation. Option number 1, as we can clearly see, is incorrect as per the passage is concerned. Option number 2 is also incorrect. We cannot consider the language of Hindustan as dead. Option number 3, it is a mature language, which is absolutely true but not according to the paragraph. Now we are left with only one option, which says it is still a growing language, which is absolutely correct. As we had already seen, the language of the Hindustan has been considered rich and still growing. Option number 4 is therefore the correct answer for this particular question. Thank you. करके दिखाएंगे. Hello, I'm Soumya. The passage is, now the question. Which of the following factors contributed least to the bewilderment experienced in maintaining calendar as far as the Mughals were concerned? Now, for the solution, let us first check out the reference that has been given in the paragraph. Here in the passage, the reference is given through the Mohammedans in India preserved their religion, though not without some taint from the prevailing idolatry. The celebration of Muharram with tasteless and extravagant ceremonies and the 40 days passed in Ramzan were like misplaced in the country where, from the movable nature of their dates, they sometimes fell in seasons when the rigor of the climate was such as could never have been contemplated by the Arabian prophet. This continued the bewildering lunar year of the Hijra, with its 13th month every third year, but to increase the confusion, the Mughal emperors also reckoned the Turkish cycle, while the Hindus tenaciously maintained the matters of business their national Sambat or era of Raja Bikram Ajit. Now here we can clearly see they had been bewildered by the lunar year of Hijra. Now let us go back to the options. Here, option number 1 suggests the maintenance of national Sambat by Hindus, which has nothing to do with the bewilderment that was experienced by the Mohammedans. Option number 1 is incorrect. Option number 2, the rigors of climate which could not have been foreseen, which is absolutely true, as we had already seen, as the rigors of the climate was the major reasons as they fell in season with the rigor of the climate, as they could not have been contemplated by the Arabian prophet. Option number 2 seems like a very correct option. Option number 3, the persistence of the lunar year of Hijra, which is absolutely incorrect, as persistence was never there. The flexibility has been shown by the Mughals. Option number 3 is incorrect. And option number 4, as we can clearly see, can be ignored directly. Here, the only option that has contributed to the least of the bewilderment experienced by maintaining a calendar for the Mughals, which was the rigor of the climate. Here, option number 2 is the correct answer. Thank you. करके दिखाएंगे. Hello, I'm Soumya. The passage is, and now the question. Which is the highest point in the plains of Hindustan? Now for the solution, let us first check out the reference. Here we can clearly see the highest point in the plains of Hindustan is probably the plateau on which stands the town of Ajmer, about 230 miles south of Delhi. Now here we can clearly see the plateau of Ajmer has been considered as the highest point in the plains of Hindustan. Option number 3 therefore can be considered as the correct answer. Option number 1 and 2 has not found any referencing in the passage as such. The correct answer therefore is option number 3. Thank you. करके दिखाएंगे. Hello, I'm Soumya. The paragraph is, and now the question. Which of the following invaders introduced a form of fire worship to India? Now for the solution, let us check out the paragraph in which the reference can be found. It is, in the 16th paragraph, we can clearly see which country has been largely peopled in its most accessible region by the Sudras who were probably the first of the Scythian invaders. After them had come the Sanskrit-speaking race, or cognaire of the ancient Persians, who brought a form of fire worshipping, perhaps once monotheistic, of which traces are still extant in the Vedas. Now here we can clearly see the people who had brought sun worshipping in India was basically Sanskrit-speaking race. Going back to options, option number 1 says the early Mohammedans, which is absolutely incorrect. The Sudras, the Scythians are not correct. It is a Sanskrit-speaking material race. Option number 4 here is the correct answer, as the reference can be directly found in the paragraph number 16. Thank you. करके दिखाएंगे. Hello, I'm Soumya. The paragraph is, and now the question. Emperor Akbar has endeavored to. Now for the solution, let us check out the last paragraph in which the Akbar emperor and his endeavor has been explained. The Emperor Akbar, in the course of his endeavor to fuse the people of India into the whole, endeavored, amongst other things, to form a new religion. This, it was his intention, should be at once a vindication of the Tatar and Persian forefather against Arab proselytism and a bid for the suffrages of his Hindu subjects. Like most electic system, it failed. And in and after his time also, Christianity in its various forms has also feebly endeavoring to maintain a footing. This is a candid report from the source that cannot be trusted of the results of 3 centuries of missionary labor. Now let us check out the options. Option number 1 says, bring the people of India together into a unit, which is absolutely true, as he wanted to fuse the people of India. Option number 1 is correct. Option number 2, form a new religion, as we can clearly see, is absolutely correct. Vindicate his Tatar and Persian forefather. Absolutely true. Here we can clearly see option 1, 2 and 3 are all true. Therefore, option number 4 has to be considered as the correct answer, which says all of the above. Thank you. करके दिखाएंगे. Hello, I'm Soumya. The passage is, and now the question. The approach of the author is. Now for the solution, let us check out the options. Option number 1 is appreciative. Now here in the paragraph, we can clearly see the analysis has been based upon the theories and the basic generality of Hindustan. It cannot be considered as appreciative in any sense. Option number 1 is therefore incorrect. Option number 2, scathing, is incorrect as well. There is no language that can be considered as sarcastic or painful in any sense. Option number 2 is incorrect. Option number 3, unbiased and analytical, is very true as per the passage is concerned. The whole paragraph concerns various traditions, cultures, customs, but nowhere he has shown any kind of bias, and the theory can be found, and the basic tone of the paragraph can be considered as analytical. Option number 3 seems like a very correct option, but option number 4 says mordant, which means sarcastic or painful, which is absolutely incorrect as per the passage is concerned. The correct answer therefore is option number 3. There is no doubt about this particular option. Thank you. करके दिखाएंगे. Hello, I'm Soumya. The passage is, and now the question. Which of the following is best deduced from the passage? Now for the solution, let us first check out the options. Option number 1 says, invasions by multitude races have served to expose the vulnerability of the natives. Now, throughout the paragraph, the invasions and the consequences has been termed as very analytical. Nowhere in the paragraph we can clearly see the kind of vulnerability that was there by the natives. Option number 1 is incorrect. Option number 2, many cultures, traditions, customs and religions have come and made Hindustan their home. Now here, option number 2 is the best option that can be deduced from the passage. Throughout the paragraph, many cultures and the people who had invaded and settled down in this particular country has been explained. Through their cultures, their different tradition and their customs, Hindustan had come as it is right now. Option number 2 best describes this paragraph or the passage. Option number 3 most invaders could not cope with the climatic conditions in Hindustan and had to beat a hasty retreat, which is absolutely incorrect. For example, the Mughals had to face with the climatic conditions in Hindustan, but they had not retreated as such. Option number 3 is incorrect. Option number 4, the natives who wanted someone to rule over them welcomed the invaders, which is absolutely incorrect, as we had already seen they had fought and fought and fought, but still welcomed the invaders afterwards. They saw the advantages that was there. Option number 4 is incorrect. Option number 2 can be taken as the absolutely correct answer, as it best explains the passage and the tone that is needed. Now we hope the options and the question is clear to you. Thank you. करके दिखाएंगे.